Hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome to my subscriber lesson. It's for Saturday night here in the UK, and the local time is 7:53 p.m. So my lesson is supposed to start from 8 p.m., but I've come a bit earlier so that others can join. Thank you very much once again for joining. So let's wait a while until I get our subscribers. Hey, Professor Ibrahim, walaikum salam, welcome. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
I'm very happy to see you, Professor Ibrahim.
Me too, teacher RahatAli.
Professor Ibrahim, I've got a very amazing question for you.
Yes, I am ready.
Have you had your dinner?
Not yet.
Okay. What time usually you take your dinner?
To be honest, sometimes I don't take any dinner. I take 2 meals a day, and I try to work out to be healthy, because if I take a dinner, I sleep badly, and I want to be, yes, we did less and less physical effort. It's not a big deal to eat a lot. That's my philosophy in life.
All right. So, in one sense, you're very careful about your health and also about the food, right?
Yes.
Okay. What's your favorite food, teacher, Professor Ibrahim?
uh, 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 Mel,
But it,
the tajin Moroccan, the tajin and couscous. Two kind and the soup Morocco, we call it harira, la harira, and that's three meals, favorite meals in Morocco. In every house, in every at home, you can or in a restaurant, but Moroccan. If you look for Tajin Moroccan, everywhere you go, you will find a Tajin Moroccan.
okay. Now, I don't know what is taj in Moroccan. Can you please explain how it is cooked and what ingredients do you use?
Okay, I will try to do my best to describe it. There is two kind of Tajin.
Mm-hmm,
We prepare it by vegetable and meat,
mm-hmm.
meat of cow or or sheep or
Okay.
or goat or or chicken
Mm-hmm.
or other bird that is halal. You know that there are some kind of meat that is not halal. We try to eat halal. There is carrots, potatoes, tomatoes, tomato and onion. I don't know what is onion
Onion.
in onion. That's okay. I am close to its name in English. Tree. At least you found this the tagine with, and sometimes you can find some sweet vegetables like grape,
Mm,
tagine with grape, tagine with apricot, tagine with some sweet fruit or vegetable. There are two kinds of tagine. When you go to a restaurant, they ask you, you want or vegetable tagine or sweet tagine with sweet fruits.
okay, that's really cool. So, meat of cow, we call it beef, Professor Ibrahim.
Yes, beef.
Hmm. And also, this word vegetable is most wrongly pronounced by many of our users. It is vegetable. Veg and
Veg- Vegetable.
very good.
Vegetable.
Vegetable, because after the E, the GE, that E is schwa sound, so we don't need to pronounce. Professor Ibrahim, if you remember, in English language, schwa sounds are those sounds which we called sounds, or the sounds where and which we don't need to pronounce it at all. So when
Okay.
okay, yeah, I think driver is here. Yahoo! So it's vegetable, not
Vegetables.
not vegetable. Vegetable. To first break the word veg and table, then vegetable.
Vegetable.
Very good, vegetable.
Vegetable.
Uh,
Fruit and vegetable.
fruit and vegetable. Yeah, I have invited you, driver. I don't know why he's not able to join. Okay, so there are vegetable and there is sweet with the fruits like apricot,
Apricot.
apricot, grape, and other items. Yeah, other fruits items. All right. So, driver, if you're having difficulties, would you like to re-log in, please? Looks like there is an issue for him to join. Okay, and you eat with couscous. And what is the main ingredient for couscous?
Yes, another great question. Couscous. Wa- we can prepare couscous from the what we can call it when we have it's hard the vocabulary. I don't find the vocabulary. We can find preparing couscous, and we add to eat vegetables at home, and some meat like beef or chicken.
Well,
Hello,
Hello,
teacher Rahat.
Mr.
Hello, Professor Brahim.
How are you?
I'm quite good, thank you.
hey, driver, that's really cool. You have used a very British expression. I'm quite good. Professor Brahim, we will use this, yeah? Quite
Yes,
good. This is one of the most amazing British expressions. They don't simply say I'm good, I'm quite good.
I
And
am pretty good.
yeah, you can say pretty good as well. That is American expression though.
Okay.
Yeah, right? So in Britain, what happened if you ask someone, hey, how's the movie? It's quite interesting. How's the book? Quite amazing. How's the food? Quite delicious. How are you? Quite good. Quite. They use very often this word quite, very common.
Okay, teacher Rahat. Today I met my student. Uh, that guy was my student a couple of years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and he is working for some international company, and he speaks English. And I asked him, "How is your English?" He answered, "Quite enough."
See, that is really a
Yeah.
good sign for you, both of you, that you have developed a lot. Honestly, the time when I met Professor Ibrahim and Drivena, the way you talked after a few months, after a year, I should say. You
Yeah.
are really developing tremendously. I'm flabbergasted. That means I'm very
Yeah.
happy about your progress. And thank you very much once again for coming back to me. And so uh, today's topic has been chosen by Drivena, Professor Brahim. Okay, Sophie's choice by O. Henry. O. Henry
Yeah.
is an American writer. So teacher Johnny is not coming today. She's busy somewhere else. I don't know if Flourish can come or not. So let's move on. We'll read, we'll practice, we'll talk, we'll have fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
That.
my favorite story,
So
short story.
his favorite short
Yeah.
story. So Drivena, would you like to read first? Then maybe Professor Brahim.
Yeah. Uh, can I start?
Sure, please.
Okay. Sophie's Choice by O. Henry. Sophie sat on a seat in Madison Square, New York, and looked up at the sky. A dead leaf fell onto his arm. Winter was coming, and Sophie knew that he must make his plans. He moved unhappily on his seat. He wanted 3 months in a
Months.
nice
Months. Plural.
month.
Yeah. But
He wanted
uh,
3 months,
Drivena, there is S, so months.
months. Okay,
Okay.
okay. He wanted 3 months
Hmm.
in a nice warm prison with food and good friends. This was how he usually spent his winters. And now it was time, because at night on his seat in the square, 3 newspapers did not keep out the cold.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Sophie,
Okay.
okay,
Let Professor Brahim read the next
yeah,
page. Professor Brahim,
Okay.
are you ready?
Yes.
One thing before I ask you to read, from the name Sophie, at the beginning I thought it's the name of a girl, but later I realized it's the name of a man.
yeah,
Because in English naming, if there is Y, generally it becomes a female name, especially in Britain. But it is not the same rule in the USA, you see, because this story is from the USA.
Okay. So Swapi decided to go to prison and at once began to try his first plan. It was usually easy. He ate dinner in an expensive restaurant. Then he told them he had no money and they called a policeman. Nice and easy, with no trouble. So Swapi left his seat and walked slowly along the street. Soon he came to a bright restaurant on Broadway. Ah, this was all right. He just had to get to a table in the restaurant and sit down. That was all, because when he sat down, people could only see his coat and his shirt, which were not very old. Nobody could see his trousers. He thought about the meal, not too expensive, but good.
Okay, now, Drivena, is it okay to read the next part?
yeah, sure. Okay, but when Sophie went into the restaurant, the waiter saw Sophie's dirty old trousers and terrible shoes. Strong hands turned him round and helped him out into the street again. So now he had to think of something different. Sophie walked away from Broadway and soon he found himself on 6th Avenue. He stopped in front of a shop window and looked at it. It was nice and bright, and everybody in the street could see him. Slowly and carefully he picked up a stone and threw it at the window.
Okay, Professor Ibrahim, now it's your turn. It's a very interesting story.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
The glass broke with a loud noise. People ran around the corner and Swappy was happy because the man in front was a policeman. Swappy did not move. He stood there with his hands in his pocket and he smiled.
Pockets. There is S. One
Okay,
Yeah.
second, Professor Ibrahim and Driven. If there is S after a word or D, we must pronounce it so that
okay,
audience can understand. Pockets, months, walked, okay, asked,
Yeah.
helped, similar kinds of words. Smiled. Okay, go on, please.
I'll soon be in prison now, he thought. The policeman came up to Swappy. Who did that? He asked. Perhaps I did, Swappy replied. But the policeman knew that people who break windows do not stop to talk to policemen. They run away.
Mm-hmm. Read it again, this space. Then Dravina, again after that.
Okay. Me?
Mm-hmm.
Is it my turn? Okay.
Okay, I was thinking maybe 2 pages would be better because two people, 2 pages, 2 pages. Okay, Professor uh, uh, Brahim, would you like to read this page? Then maybe Dravina can read from the next list.
Okay. And just then the policeman saw another man who was running to catch a bus. So the policeman ran after him. Swappy watched for a minute. Then he walked away. No luck again. He began to feel cross. But on the opposite side of the road, he saw a little restaurant. Ah, that's be all right, he thought, and he went in. This time, nobody looked at his trousers and his shoes. He enjoyed his meal, and then he looked up at the waiter, smiled, and said, "I haven't got any money. No, call the police. Now, call the police."
Now call the police. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
going to read it later. Yeah, Dravina.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay. And do
go
it
ahead,
quickly.
driver.
Yeah. And do it quickly. I'm tired. No police for you, the waiter answered. Hey, Joe. Another waiter came and together they threw Sophie out into the cold street.
Okay.
Sophie lay there very angry. With difficulty, he stood up. His nice warm prison was still far away, and, and Sophie was very unhappy. He felt worse because a policeman who was standing near laughed and walked away.
Okay, this place. Go on.
So, yeah, Sophie moved on, but he walked for a long time before he tried again. This time it looked easy. A nice young woman was standing in front of a shop window. Not very far away, there was also a policeman. Sophie moved nearer to the young woman.
Dravina, your voice is going low. Can you please check your connection?
Hello, hello.
Yeah, now it's better. Yeah, better than before.
Okay, okay. Sophie moved nearer to the young woman. He saw the policeman was watching him. Then he said to the young woman with a smile, "Why don't you come with me, my dear? I can give you a good time."
That's bit funny though. Okay, Professor Brahim. Now, Soap is going to give good time. Yeah.
Okay. The young woman moved away a little and looked more carefully into the shop window. Swappy looked at the policeman. Yes, he was still watching. Then he spoke to the young woman again. In a minute, she would called the policeman. Swapi could almost see the prison doors. Suddenly, the young woman took hold of his arm. Okay, she said happily. If you buy me a drink, let's go before that policeman sees us. And poor Swapi walked away with the young woman who still held onto his arm. He was very unhappy.
Okay, I'm just laughing. Okay.
Yes. At the next corner, he ran away from the woman. Suddenly, he was afraid. I am never going to get to prison, he thought. Slowly, he walked on and came to a street with a lot of theat-
Theaters.
theaters. There were a lot of people there, rich people in their best clothes.
Okay. Driver, your voice is gone again. Sorry, driver. Check your
Oh,
connection. Yeah,
hello,
great.
hello,
You have a new
hello.
subscriber.
Welcome, welcome. Let me bring him. If you're free, please join. Thanks for the subscription. Modai Morsal, join me. I have
Hello.
invited you. Give me one
Can you
quick.
hear me?
Yes, your sound is better than before. Can you
Okay.
please give me a second? Let me bring this person. Modai,
Okay.
are you still there? That's really cool. Possibly he might be busy. Okay. Yeah, start reading, please. Possibly he's busy. He will join whenever he's free.
Okay. Sophie had to do something to get to prison. He did not want to spend another night on his seat in Madison Square. What could he do? Then he saw a policeman near him, so he began to sing and shout and make a lot of noise.
It's an interesting story. Okay.
This time they must send him to prison. But the policeman turned his back to Soapy and said to a man who was standing near, "He's had too much to drink, but he is not dangerous. We'll leave him alone tonight."
Okay.
Is it my turn?
Yeah. Have you finished 2 pages?
I don't know.
No, you
Yeah,
finish. Professor
go
Clay.
ahead, Prevenwell.
This one, okay. What was matter with the police? Soapy was really unhappy now, but he stopped making a noise. How could he get to prison? The wind was cold, and he pulled his thin coat around him. But just then, inside the shop, he saw a man with an expensive umbrella. The man put his umbrella down near the door and took out a cigarette.
Okay. Now, Professor Brahim, it's your turn.
Okay. Swapi went into the shop, picked up the umbrella, and slowly he began to walk away. The man came quickly after him.
Okay.
That's my umbrella, he said. Oh, it is. Oh, isn't it? Swapi replied. Then why don't you call a policeman?
All
I
right.
took I took it. And we say, it's yours, it's your umbrella. Go on, then. Call a policeman. Look, there is no one on the corner.
There is one on the corner.
There
There's.
is one on the corner. The
Mhm.
umbrella man looked unhappy. Well, you know, perhaps I have made a mistake. I took it from a restaurant this morning. If it's yours, well, I am very sorry. Oh, the umbrella isn't for the man. Okay.
Okay, did you get the point? Okay.
Of course, it's my umbrella, Soapy said. The policeman looked at them and the umbrella man walked away.
Hmm.
The policeman went to help a beautiful young girl to cross the road. Swappy was really angry now. He threw the umbrella away and said many bad things about policemen. Just because he wanted to go to prison, they did not want to send him there. He could do nothing wrong. He began to walk back to Madison Square and home he sat. But on a quiet corner, Swappy suddenly stopped.
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 Very good.
Here, in the middle of the city, was a beautiful old church. Through one purple window, he could see a soft light, and sweet music was coming from inside the church.
Church.
The church.
Hmm.
The moon was high in the sky, and everything was quiet.
Okay. Driver, would you like to read this space?
Yeah. For a few seconds, it was like a country church, and Soapy remembered other happier days. He thought he thought of the days when he had a mother and friends and beautiful things in his life. Then he thought about his life now, the empty days, the dead plans. And then a wonderful thing happened. Soapy decided to change his life and be a new man. Tomorrow, he said to himself, I'll go into town and find work. My life will be good again. I'll be somebody important. Everything will be different. I'll. Soapy felt a hand on his arm. He jumped and looked around quickly into the face of a policeman. What are you doing here? Asked the policeman. Nothing, Soapy answered. Then come with me, the policeman said. 3 months in prison, they told Soapy the next day.
Oh, that's the end of the story. That's quite funny and
Yeah,
interesting there. Okay. Most of the times you have read well, both of you, except few words. So I'm going to read it, and if you have got any question after that, we can repeat and we can go from there.
yeah,
So once again, Drivena, thanks for choosing this topic. It's one of his favorite topics. Wo Henry, once again, Professor Ibrahim is an American writer, and I suggest that both of you on the internet there are thousands of free books. Possibly you can buy, not buy, sorry, possibly you can download this PDF forms, and maybe every week you can choose one. We can read, we can learn the vocabs, and we can practice our English. That
Yeah,
yeah,
that will be helpful for both of us. And teacher Johnny is with us, so she's going to help us about the correct pronunciation and the rhythm. If you remember, she said one thing yesterday: when we are reading, we're reading in a certain pace, up and down, like a musical notes. Yeah, Drivena.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So we should follow this pattern so that everyone can understand. So let's read all together. Soapy's Choice by O. Henry. Soapy sat on a seat. Remember, seat, SCAT, and
See,
SIT, seat. They sound similar, but for the SIT, I'm writing this word, Professor Brahim and Drivana. Seat, which is verb, and seat, this is noun. Yeah? Seat, a bit longer sound. Sit, seat, like sit down, but seat. Hey, where is
See,
seat? Soapy sat on a seat in Madison Square. Madison Square is the place of Newark.
yeah,
Newark, and looked up at the sky. And I'm sure you understand. Not she, sorry, I thought Soapy is a girl at the beginning. He looked up at the sky. A dead leaf fell onto his arm. Winter was coming, and Soapy knew that he must make his plans because it is very cold during the winter. He moved unhappily on his seat. He wanted 3 months. Three, if you remember three, the th is non-voiced.
Three.
3 months, both are th. Our tongue must touch the tooth. 3 months.
3 months.
Very good. Ravana?
3 months.
There is s, so we have to pronounce s. If you remember, if there is s after any word, 3 months.
3 months. Months.
Months. When you are saying months, at that time age is not pronounced. It's come months.
Okay.
Months. Months.
It's easier.
3 months.
months.
In a nice. Okay. This is warm. Yeah.
Warm.
Remember warm. W-A is O sound, not wa. Not warm. Warm. W-A-R-M. Warm. So Professor Brahim and Ravana, if there is a word with O, W generally, it becomes O sound. Okay. Warm. And when we pronounce W-R-M, that is worm. This is always opposite, these two sounds. Remember and be careful to use it. If you said worm, people will understand that worm, which is the insect.
No.
So it is warm, this is hot. Okay.
Yeah.
So he wanted 3 months in a nice warm prison with food. With food. Look, food is with longer sound, but good is in the short sound. Food and good friends. Though there are two O in both of the cases, in food, the sound is a bit longer. Food, like good food. But in Scotland, this is the amazing part. Scottish people say the similar way, good food. Food. Yeah, good food.
They should take some lessons from you.
No, Scottish accent is very crazy. Let me share this thing. I shared it on the other day. I was, traveling by the tube railway, and I was trying to touch the window. A Scottish guy was there. I didn't realize. He said, "Hey mate, don't put your hand in window."
Windy.
So he said, "Don't put your hand on the window." In Scottish, they're saying hand becomes horn and window becomes windy. Hey mate,
Oh.
don't put your hand on windy. I was a bit confused. Then I understand he's saying, "Don't put your hand on the window." Okay. Scottish accent is a bit different. All right. Okay. So let's move on again. He wanted 3 months in a nice warm prison with food and good friends. This is how he usually spent his winters. And now it was time, because at night on his seat in the square, 3 newspapers did not keep out the cold. Okay, if you have anything, if you would like to read again, Professor Brahim or Drivana, let me know. So we can read one more time.
It's my favorite story. I've read this story maybe 20 times.
Okay, so Professor Brahim, would you like to read it again? So that if there is any other, sound problem, we can just help each other.
Okay, if you want, I can try.
Yes. Oh, thanks, Nadeem, for your donation. That's really cool. Okay, this is soapy, yeah? Remember P and PH sound. Sophie, fa, and P, pa. Soap, same as soap.
Soapy.
The soap you use in our wash? Soapy.
Yeah.
Soapy.
Soapy.
So Soapy decided to go to prison and at once began to try his first plan. It was usually easy. He ate dinner in an expensive restaurant. Professor Brahim, I'm sure you know that restaurant is a French word. That's a restaurant. The end should be through our nose. Restaurant, yeah. like similarly, like a pizza, yeah? Croissant. Pizza is Italian word. I'm sorry. Croissant, bonjour, rendezvous. These are French words that we use as a part of English.
Okay.
So restaurant. Then he told them he had no money, and they called a policeman. Nice and easy with no trouble. So Sophie left his seat and walked slowly along the street. Soon he came to a bright restaurant on Broadway. So Broadway is the place where there are many restaurants in Newark, right? I guess. Ah, this was all right. So he's talking to himself. He just had to get to a table in the restaurant and sit down. That was all. Because when he sit down, people could only see his coat and his shirt, which were not very old. Which means, okay, because he is a poor fella, he doesn't have expensive shirt or coat or the shoes. Nobody could see his trousers. Okay, remember, trousers is a British word. In American word, they use also pants, pants.
Teacher, but only we take or we put on one trouser, not many. Why do S?
Trousers is always plural, Professor Brahim, because we have got two legs. Yeah, in our trousers.
Ah,
Trousers, Caesars. Remember, these are always plural. Pants,
okay.
pants as well, pants.
Yes.
Pants, trousers, similar meaning.
This morning I learned an expression when a zipper on a pet is open in a pet. Teacher Bob, the Canadian, say that when someone has the zipper open in a pet, you say flying low.
Yeah, that's a color, slang, flying low. That means your zipper is open when you use the pants.
Yeah.
In our country, we call it joking, yeah, your post office is open. We can post the letter. So, driver, now, how do you say in your country, or Professor Brahim, if the trouser is open and someone else mistakenly, how do you express it?
In Arabic.
In
Yeah,
Arabic, let us listen to Arabic first, or maybe, yeah, in your local language, yeah, Professor Brahim.
You say that you have to open the door.
You have to open the door. I see. And driver, now, how about you?
maybe something like door, but sometimes people say gate,
Gate.
big door.
Okay. All right. That's a bit funny though. Okay. He thought about the meal, not too expensive, but good. But when Soapy went into the restaurant, the waiter saw Soapy's dirty old trousers and terrible shoes. Strong hands turned him round and helped him out onto the street again. Professor Brahim, if you would you like to read it one more time, or what's your opinion?
Okay, well, I am listening to your reading and I try to understand some new words.
Okay, but let me know if you would like to read it again. That's
Okay.
okay. Um, so, but when Soapy went into the restaurant, the waiter saw Soapy's dirty old trousers. Remember, trousers is always plural, like scissors, trousers, tongs. Okay, and terrible shoes. Strong hands turned him round and helped him out into the street again, which means the people of the restaurant took him out and threw
Yeah.
him to the street again. So now he had to think of something different. Sophie walked away from Broadway and soon found himself on 6th Avenue. He stopped in front of a shop window and looked at it. It was nice and bright, and everybody in the street could see him. Slowly and carefully, he picked up a stone and threw it at the window. The glass broke with a loud noise like boom. Okay, people ran around the corner, and Sophie was happy because the man in front of was a policeman. Sophie did not move. Hi, Flourish. Welcome. Would you like to join? Oh, Flourish is here. I've invited her. Soapy did not move. He stood there with his hand in his pockets and he smiled, like in a lavish way. Oh, what are you going to do, policeman?
Do it.
Hi, Flourish. Welcome.
Hi, teacher. Hello, teacher Rahat. Hi, Prof. Ibrahim and Drivener.
Hello,
Hello,
welcome.
everyone.
Flourish.
Nice to see you again.
Flourish, we want you to read. They have finished reading, so if you'd like to read few pages, would be great.
Okay, I'm late. Sorry. Um, the glass broke.
The glass broke. I read from.
Broke. The glass broke with a loud noise. People ran around the corner, and Sophie was happy because the man in front of was a policeman. Sophie did not move.
Mm-hmm.
He stood there with his hands in his pockets and he smiled. I'll soon be in prison now. Oh, he thought. The policeman came up to Sophie. Who did that? He asked. Perhaps I did, Sophie replied. But the policeman knew that people who break windows do not
Stop.
do not stop.
Are you okay?
Do not stop to talk to policeman. They ran away. They ran away.
Go on. Keep reading.
Yeah. Okay. And just then the policeman saw.
Can you see the screen clearly?
Yes, teacher. But and just then the policeman saw another man who was running. So catch a blue.
To catch.
To catch a bus.
To
Running.
catch a blue.
to
To catch
catch
a bus.
bus. Hi,
Yes.
Mursal. Welcome. I've invited you. If you can join, please, would be great. He said, "Hey, welcome."
Hey, hello everybody.
Hi, Marcel. How are you?
I'm good, quite good.
So meet Flourish, Drivena, and
Hello.
Professor Brahim.
Hello everybody, guys.
Would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself, like what's your name again, and where are you from, and why have you subscribed to me?
My name is Mudawi Mursal from Sudan originally, but today I live in Israel.
Okay, and may I ask you, what do you do there?
I'm a refugee here in Israel.
Okay, wishing you the best luck and thanks for joining. I'm very happy to see you.
Thank you, me too.
Okay, meet a few of our amazing members. We have got teacher Johnny, but she's not here. She's an American teacher who is also with us, but she's busy today. Meet Flourish. Flourish, if you can introduce yourself briefly again.
Yes. Hello, guys. I'm Flourish from the Philippines and also working just to focus my speaking skill in English also. So I'm so glad to meet you all, guys.
Me too. Nice to meet you.
And also, you can tell your job, Flourish. Like, what do you do?
Well, I'm a freelancer, a virtual assistant, as a virtual assistant. So I work online at home only, mostly on administrative case, admin staff only.
Great. Drivena.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm Drivener from Ukraine. I'm a guitar teacher and I'm a student of Hallo of teacher RahatAli for about 1 year.
Thank you.
That's great.
Yeah.
Next one is Professor.
Nice to meet you.
Me too. Thanks.
And Professor Brahim is the next. He's an university professor from Morocco. Professor Brahim.
Okay, thank you, teacher RahatAli. Morsal, I am Brian from Morocco. I am a professor at university, but here I am a student at Hallo University with teacher RahatAli. I try to practice my English, to learn something, and to share my thought, my idea with other learners, and I am happy to meet you.
Me too also. It's my pleasure. Thank you, teacher.
You're very welcome, Mursal. So after finishing the Flourishes reading, maybe you can read few
All
pages.
right, all right.
Okay, Flourish, go on. Sorry for the interruption, and thank you and welcome to the team.
No
I
problem.
believe that you will be able to enjoy with us. So you have been also added to our subscriber chat. If you have any questions about anything, please do ask there. Our members are so amazing and helpful. They can answer you, and I can answer when I'm free.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, Flourish.
Okay, teacher. And just then the policeman saw another man who was running to catch a bus. So the policeman ran after him. Sophie watched for a minute.
Washed.
Then
Hang on. Washed.
watched.
If there is DNS, once again, pronounce it clearly. Washed for a moment.
Watched.
Remember, your reading speed is bit faster than yesterday. Soapy watched for a moment. Then he walked away. Okay?
Sophie watched for a minute.
Sorry.
Then he walked away.
Walked away. D again.
Walked
D.
away.
Walked.
Walk away.
Walked. That is D, not walk away. Walked away. Walked away.
Yeah. Walked away.
Very good. Better than before. Go on.
No luck again. He began to feel cross, but on the opposite side of the road, he saw a little restaurant. Ah, that's all all right, he thought, and he went in.
Okay, here is a word they have used, cross. What does it mean? Do you guess? Cross?
Began to feel cross.
Yeah, he began to feel cross.
Frustrated.
He was getting angry, very angry.
Yeah, annoyed, honestly. So annoyed is the word rather than angry. Okay, go on.
That's all. This time, nobody looked at his trousers and his shoes. He enjoyed his meal, and then he looked up at the waiters, smiled, and said, "I haven't got the money, you know. No, now call the police."
Okay. Marcela, would you like to read from here?
Okay,
And do it quickly from here, yeah?
okay. And all right, and do it quickly. I am tired. No police for you. The waiter
Answered.
answered. Hi, Joe.
Hey,
Another
Joe.
waiter.
Hey, not
Hey,
hi.
Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, Joe. Another waiter came, and the teacher say,
Together.
Together they threw Soapy out into the cold street. Soapy lay there, very angry with difficulty. He stood up. His nice arm, warm prison, was
Still
a fear away.
Far away. Far away.
Right. Still far away. Soapy was very unhappy. He felt
worse.
Because a policeman who was standing near laughed and walked away.
Very good. Well done. Read this page again. Another page, then possibly Flourish can read another page.
Soapy moved on, but he walked for a long time before he tired again. This time it looked easy. A nice young woman was standing in front of a shop window. Not very far away, there was also a policeman. Sophie moved near to the young woman.
Nearer, moved nearer,
Near,
nearer,
near,
nearer, nearer,
near,
nearer.
near her,
That's very good. Nearer.
near her. To the young woman, he saw that the policeman was
Watching.
watching him. Then he said, the young woman with a smile, why don't you come with me, my dear? I can give you a good time.
Okay.
The young woman,
It's a funny story, but looks like a
yeah,
real life story. Would you like to read more, Marcel?
okay,
Okay.
yeah. The young woman moved away a little and looked more carefully into the shop window. Sophie looked at the policeman. Yes, he was still watching. Then he spoke to the young woman again. In a minute, she would call the policeman. Sophie would almost see the prison doctor.
Doors.
Suddenly,
Prison doors.
prison doors. Suddenly, the young woman looked hold of
Took
his arm,
took hold.
took hold.
Took hold means grabbed. The young woman grabbed his hand. We call it take hold is the phrasal verb. Took hold means the young woman grabbed his hand. Arm.
Thank you. Okay, she said happily, if you buy me a drink, let's go for before that a policeman
Sees us.
sees us.
Very good. Okay. Flourish, would you like to read one more page?
Okay, yes, teacher, sees us. And poor Sophie walked away with the young woman who was still held on to his arm.
We can't hear you.
He was very unhappy.
Sorry,
Huh?
we lost your voice for a second, Flourish.
Ha-
Read it one more time, please. I couldn't hear you at all.
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me?
He was. I can hear you, teacher.
Okay.
How about me?
All right. I said to you, if you can read it from the first line. And poor Sophie walked away with the young woman. From there, okay? Flourish, can you hear me? Professor Brahim driving.
Yes, teacher. How about me? Can you hear me, teacher?
Yes, I can hear you. Go on. I don't see Professor Brahim or
Okay.
driving on the screen.
Drive.
I'm here.
Oh, you're here, dark side. Okay. Where is Professor Brahim gone? Maybe he's gone. Professor Brahim is gone. Okay, go on reading, please. We don't have much
Okay.
time. Only 13 minutes more.
And poor Sophie walked away with the young woman who still held onto his arm. He was very unhappy. At the next corner, he ran away from the woman. Suddenly, he was afraid. I'm never going to
Go on.
I'm never going to get to prison, he thought. Slowly, he walked on and came to a street with a lot of chatters. There were a lot of people there, rich people in their
Best
clothes, in their
Clothes.
best clothes.
clothes.
Best clothes.
Okay. Professor
Clothes.
Brafin, if you like to join, I think you need to relog it. I'm not able to bring you. I don't know the reason why. Okay, that's pretty good. Marcel, would you like to read a little bit more?
Oh, okay, all right.
Few more lines, maybe then
Yes.
I have to read again so that you can listen to the sounds of the words. read these lines, please. Yeah.
Okay. Sophie had to do something to get into prison.
Get to
He
the
did
prison,
not
not get into.
get to
Get to prison.
get to prison. He did not want to spend another night on his seat in
Madison Square.
Madison Square. What does mean Madison Square?
Madison Square is one of the places in New York City. This is a story from New York City, Madison Square. Welcome back, Professor Brahim.
Thank you, teacher RahatAli.
Okay. I think let me start reading again from the upper part. Okay. If there is any questions and comments, then we can always ask as we go through. By the way, Morsal, as you might be aware, and Professor Brahim, Drivena, and Flourish, I've been informed by the Hallo authority yesterday that I shouldn't continue the class after an hour. Okay. So
Be careful.
yeah, so it's not only me, few other teachers have done it, and basically we were reported. Honestly, that's the reason how they came to know. So we have to be careful and we have to follow the code of conduct and policy. All right. I'm sorry that I have to
Yes,
just disclose it, the different way. Okay, so this is a story Morsal has joined now by O. Henry. O. Henry is an American writer. Okay, his stories are so amazing with real life situation. The best of his writing is The Gift of the Magi. When the story happened during the Christmas time, Jim and Della, two lovers. Jim sold his watch and Della sold her hair to buy something gift for each other. But that is another story. So this is another amazing story. Soapy, and remember that when you are reading, our stress on each word is different. It goes up and down, and we read slowly and quite an understandable pace. If there is any problem with any of the word or sound, please do let me know so that we can go from there. Soapy sat on a seat in Madison Square, New York, and looked up at the sky. A dead leaf fell onto his arm. Winter was coming, and Soapy knew that he must make his plans. He moved unhappily on his seat. Remember, seat and seat, SIT is shorter vowel, with EAT is double vowel, is a bit longer sound. He wanted,
Teacher,
yes,
teacher, since he said that winter was coming, it means that they are still in fall, in autumn.
that's right. At the end of autumn, when the leaves started falling down on the pavement, and you can understand the winter was coming.
Okay.
So winter was coming, and Soapy knew that he must make his plans. He moved unhappily on his seat. He wanted 3 months. Remember, this TH in 3 and months is unvoiced. When we are pronouncing, our tongue must touch the tooth. Okay, Morsal, any question?
Is there any chance to read this story again?
You like to read it from the spot? Yes. I can send you the
Like
link. I can send you.
PDF?
Yeah, I can send you this PDF link because it is chosen by Drivena. Drivena, if you can
Oh,
send me the link in the subscriber chat so that they can read it later at home. Okay.
I can't to subscribers group. I can only
Yeah.
privately, directly.
Okay, I can send it. Don't worry. I'll send you the link
Yeah.
so that you can download it later or copy and paste it. And remember that an hour is not enough for us, but we can get good, information how we can develop our reading, pronouncing the word correctly, and using it, so more carefully. Okay. We've got 8 minutes 10
Yes.
seconds. It is counting down. Okay, and we are not going to restart it as like yesterday. I'm sorry once again. We need to be careful, and we have to be.
Teacher Rahat, I can start my live stream after yours,
Yeah,
and we will.
we'll join together. If everyone agrees, fine. So if
But I'm joking, but it's possible. It's possible. It's not possible for me today, but in general, it's possible.
okay, can you do it tomorrow then? Then we can read it again in your live stream, Drivana, or maybe.
Maybe. Let me know what time is good for you.
All right, we can decide it in the subscriber chat. Okay, message me
Yeah.
there, Morsal Professor Brahim Flourish, so that we can decide a
Yes,
suitable
teacher.
time. We can read it again tomorrow publicly. Then we'll have more viewers and more people will be interested to join us.
Yes, good idea.
All
Yes,
right.
teacher. We'll join.
Okay, so let me read it quickly. Some of the words. Remember some of the words a bit difficult for us, like 3 months. If there is S. So Soapy decided to go to prison. At once began to try his first plan. It was usually easy. He ate dinner.
Teacher, sometimes I hear you jail for the prison. It's
Jail.
synonym.
Yes,
Jail.
jail, yeah. Jail. That's right. Jail,
It is the same place.
that's right. I'm trying to find out the meaning from the Cambridge Dictionary. Jail, yes. Yeah,
Prison.
prison. Prison is mostly used in the UK, but okay. But at the moment we use prison.
Okay.
Okay,
Jail.
can you hear jail?
Jail.
Jail.
Great. So Soapy decided to go to prison and at once began to try his first plan. It
Yeah,
was
he has many plans, and
none of his plan worked. Okay, so
when we talk strategy, we have plan A, plan B, plan C, and he began with the first plan.
that's right. So he ate dinner in an expensive restaurant. Remember, restaurant is a French word. The last N should be pronounced through the nose, like croissant, restaurant, rendezvous. Okay, the
Rendezvous.
rendezvous. Yeah. Then he told them he had no money, and they called a policeman. Nice and easy, with no trouble. So Soapy left his seat and walked slowly along the street. Soon he came to a bright restaurant on
Bright,
broad.
bright. It means nice or high class.
Bright means when there is much light, and also it is like a classic restaurant, you can say. So we've got 4 minutes 39 seconds. Okay. Ah, this was all right. He was thinking himself this line. Remember, this word is, we call in English, is conjunction. Conjunctions are those words which are the part of word which are not genuinely word, but they are also always like an ornament of a sentence, like yahoo, hurrah, ouch. These are the words we use very often. Okay. Oh, Drivana has gone. Let me bring him. So, this was all right. He just had to get to a table in the restaurant and sit down. Okay. That was all, because when he sat down, people could only see his coat and his shirt, which are not very old. Nobody could see his trousers. Trouser is always plural, Professor Brahim. Remember, trouser, pants, they are
Okay,
similar. In
okay.
Britain, we use trousers for the pants, but Americans say pants.
Thanks.
He thought about the meal, not too expensive but good. Morsal, if you have any question, please do ask us. Okay, if you are,
Oh, okay, thank you.
don't be quiet. You need to ask if you have any question. You can stop, always stop us, and you can ask. Okay.
Thank you, teacher.
So, but when Soapy went into the restaurant, the waiter, not sorry, winter, the waiter saw Soapy's dirty old trousers and terrible shoes. Strong hands turned him around and helped him out onto the street again. So now he had to think of something different. Okay, let's stop here reading today. Let's talk a little bit. We've got 2 more minutes. So it's really amazing to see Morsal. So Morsal, in Jerusalem, what do you do? Do you have to do anything there?
In Jerusalem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I went to pray there in Jerusalem.
So, sorry, where do you work?
I work like an electrician, as an electrician.
Oh, that's good. So,
Electrician.
Yeah,
so how many hours you have to work in a day?
9 hours every day,
Oh,
5
okay.
times a week.
Okay, Saturday, Sunday is your holiday.
Yeah, Sunday and Saturday. Yeah,
All right. So, is it in the capital city of Jerusalem you live?
yeah, in the capital city. Yeah, I live here in the capital city of Jerusalem.
Okay, and also driving Professor Brahim Flourish. If you have anything to ask Marcel, go ahead.
Okay, Marshall, I heard in the news that there is some trouble recently in Sudan. What is the situation now?
Situation is the situation is
Stephen?
bad. There's no internet.
Oh, I am sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's good. So I
And
hope it'll be.
all right, and okay, how do you manage your food? Do you have to cook there, Marcel, or you buy it from outside?
I cook by myself,
And what's your favorite food, Marcel?
and some oris. I eat like oris and vegetables.
Vegetables,
Yeah, chicken. Something.
chicken. Okay, rice,
Yeah, like fish, rice, and also like
fish.
fish
Hmm.
sometimes.
Is it very expensive over there?
Half and half is not expensive, and then
Hmm. Okay, I've got a question. Flourish, are you going to make a live stream now after finishing? Maybe we can join again. How do you think? Or maybe if not tomorrow, we can
yeah,
decide. It's up to
oh,
you.
all right.
yeah, teacher.
Not you're not sure. Okay, that's fine.
What live stream, teacher?
Yeah, let's decide.
For to continue reading.
Maybe we can do it tomorrow
Discussing.
because it's midnight in Ukraine and also late night in Morocco and here as well 9 o'clock. We have got 10
Okay,
seconds. So
teacher.
thank you, but let's discuss in our subscriber chat, and I'm going to send the link for all of you so that you can have a look. Yeah, thank you very much,
Yeah,
everyone.
thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you, teacher
Thank you.
teacher.
Rahat
Thank you,
So
Ali,
glad
everyone.
to
and
be
see you
with you.
later.